wasn't gonna come till mama hit me up. Or trying my luck, either way I'm getting fucked. I got a little bag.
What's up, my faithful few? Welcome back to A Crystal Addiction. If you're new to my channel, my name is Crystal. I upload my videos every Sunday, so if you're new to my channel and you're interested in my shit, check me out every Sunday. I always upload, and if I don't, I tell you that I'm not going to do it. My stories are about myself, my trials, my tribulation, my falls, my comebacks. That's what my videos are about. Just me doing a healing on myself, not for likes, not for views, just for me and the people who give a shit that keep clicking in to watch it. The 7 and the 21 of you, whatever. Anyway, you guys, I hope you guys had a good weekend. Yeah, it's a Sunday, so a good weekend and a good work week last week. Got a bit of bad news for you. I know I told you guys, I think I said it to you guys. I could have just said it to my cousin that I was gonna get a camera for Christmas. I think I did say that. But you know, you guys, I'm sorry. My husband was calling me and he was like, I told him which camera that I wanted. He was literally in the store to buy this camera. And I said, don't buy it. I said, don't buy it. I said, I have 21 subscribers and not even 21 of them shits even look at this shit. There's just probably people who says, oh, I subscribe and they don't come back, which is fine. But for me, I can do a lot more with $300 than pay for a camera and talk to you guys. No. If y'all want to donate some shit for a camera, go for it. But until I'm at a certain amount, which I may never get there, who knows? I'm not going to spend $300 on a camera. I could, but the cheap part of me won't let me do it, y'all. It just won't let me do it. So I hope this will be okay. If you rocking with me, you rocking with me. You can hear me. You can see me. I'm sweating, y'all. It's hot. I may come in a little blurred sometimes, but you can hear me, you can see me. It's not like I'm doing tricks. I'm just literally sitting here telling you my shitty story of my past life. That's all I'm doing. So this laptop camera is gonna have to work for y'all because I'm not getting a new one, not until I feel I really need to. And at this point, people, I really don't need to. So anyway, thank you guys for clicking in and checking me out. Again, those of you who I know wait for my videos every Sunday. It's just a few, but I appreciate that few. I really, really do. Like, I really do. It makes me happy. And I remember as I was starting, I told my cousin, even if it's just 1 or 2 people, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna try to just give you what I got and hope you keep coming back to get it. You know, if you like my videos and you think it can help someone, please share my shit. What else do I have to tell you? You can follow me on Instagram, crystalphillip.52, Facebook, Crystal Phillip. Everything will be in this description box below. And I have to say, you guys, I apologize for the video last week. I had some typos. It was rushed. To me, it was just shitty. I literally felt like I just did a video for you guys and just threw it up just so I could throw it up. Like, I didn't even want to post it because I was really tired, y'all. I had spent all day, all that Saturday shopping. And normally I get up, like, lately I've been filming on Friday, like after work, where I can get some rest, and then if my husband's at work late, you know, then I get some rest and I start filming. Or I do it early Saturday morning. But baby, those malls during Christmas, those perfume ladies, they piss me off. But we ain't gonna get into that. Maybe we'll talk about that on another video. But anyway, thank you guys for checking in. So what I forgot to tell you guys in the video last week is that my friend Asia, during that time I was getting married to Jeffro, she we lived together. It was her military husband and myself and Jeffro. We actually had a house. I'm sorry, it's hot. And we were living together. And the reason she didn't show up to my wedding is because Az got arrested and went to jail. She had some dope on her, so she went to jail. Therefore, that's why she didn't make my wedding. Like I said, this shit happened so long ago that I have to try to remember. Like, sometimes after I tell you guys a story, then it starts coming back to me and I'm like, oh shit, you know. So yeah, and you got to remember, it was a long time ago and I spent the majority of that on drugs. And I found a picture of, I guess, what I looked like when I was on drugs back in that day. And I'll insert that picture so you can see. It's like I didn't look like a typical drug addict, but what you will notice, I got on long sleeves. And when I do my other drug life video after this video, I'm gonna insert another picture. Long sleeves, story of my life. Long sleeves, now of the day. Anyway, let's get into the story. So, and you know, and I have to say this before I get into the story. My stories are gonna get maybe somewhat graphic, but it's me doing a lot of dumb shit to people undeserving of my shit. So when I tell these stories, please don't think I'm telling these stories with joy and like, yeah, look what I did. No, I so had had a chance to ask Jeffro for forgiveness. God gave me that opportunity to do that when I got out of rehab, because I was a horrible person. I should start showing you guys this. This is what you see. You see this? You see this? This was, oh, yes. I hope it shows up because it's looking backwards to me, but yes, me, horrible person. So I definitely don't say that and gloating over a past and what I was able to do, how I was able to use people. No one should treat any other human being that way. And I gotta tell you people, if you do, you're gonna pay for it. Karma is going to come and slap you right in your ass. You're gonna pay for it. And you know, the shitty thing about that time is the more I got into my addiction, you know, let's just step back before I get ahead of myself. So after my husband, you know, walked in on me with this person, let me say Jeffro, like I said, I have a husband. When Jeffro walked in us, he ended up going to live on the military base. So that's where he went and stayed on the military base. He didn't get a divorce, and I was even still going back and forth to the military base on first and paydays, getting money from him. Like, he let me use him. Like, he just let me use him. And I don't know why a person would allow themselves to just go through that much punishment over it. You know, I just don't know. But he did, you know. So he, you know, at that time, then I had my friend Butch. Butch lived by Pisces, and he was a dope fiend. He was an old white dude, but you know, he was cool as shit. He lived, you know, in the neighborhood for a long time. So he started coming over because he had a car. He had a, you know, the rapey van. He had the rapey van, but it was actually the dope van. So anyway, he would come over, stay over a lot, because he had his own little hustle. So he was always having dope, and everybody, you know, and I had a very small circle, but those in my circle knew that I was always holding shit. I would always have my wake up shot. I would have a couple of shots, you know, one for when I get up after I put my makeup on and get dressed, and the one to go out the door to go get, you know, do whatever the hell I was going to be doing next. So I always had drugs, and I kind of dealt with people who were like-minded. Don't just be one of them short folks. So that was the type of personality they had. Like I said, I had a small circle, but it was people that I halfway trusted, but I never put my full trust in anybody. You just don't do that as an addict. You don't do that. And at this time, the donor is definitely out of prison. We had a run-in. We had a run-in twice. I remember I was somewhere at a store or something, and he came at me. And honestly, you guys, I don't even remember the conversation because that's how short it was. That's how short it was. I did not have time, and I did not give a shit. And when I lived over in that place where my friend Federated gave me the apartment, he had came over there once. And then after that, never talked to him again, because he went back to prison, y'all. He went back to prison because first of all, he was on parole. He was selling dope. He had a gun in by a school, in by a church. So he ended up, and I can't even remember how long he was out, but he ended up getting 9 or 10 years, something, 7 something. He got a long time for that shit. So anyway, let me move forward, because like I said, you know, when I was living in that place that Federated gave me, that lasted for a little while. And then for some reason, I moved out. I had moved out, and with Jared, the side dude. Moved out with Jared, the side dude. And I want to say we moved, it was this, it was like a hotel with the kitchen and everything, and it was right on El Cajon Boulevard. So we had moved up there, you know, because I was still getting my allotment. He was still working. So here I am, still making bad decisions, you know, hooking, you know, being with someone just because he didn't do the type of drug I did. To me, crack was worse than heroin. Like, it really was worse than heroin to me. It's like you spend too much money on that shit that you just want to keep doing it and keep doing it. So, but as an addict, you know, back then, didn't give a shit. He was still bringing in the money, didn't have any complaints, you know. That was my whole focus back then. I just didn't care. So I hadn't gotten to that point yet where I didn't mess with dudes that didn't do drugs. You know, I was still new in this crazy world of addiction and bullshit. Sorry, y'all. I don't have my my mimosa, so I actually just have a shot. That's why my ass is hot and sweating. So anyway, we moved up to this place. It had a pool, it was cool, but the bad thing about this, everybody who lived in this, and it was like a little, it wasn't even a big motel, but it, you know, it was like in a U-shape, pool in the middle. It had a living room, it had a dining room, it had a kitchen, and it had a bedroom. Like, everything was there. It was a little apartment, but there were motels that you can pay monthly. So we stayed there because, okay, now we got to pay, because I think I moved out of the other apartment because now I'm starting to get bills, but they weren't coming in my name, so shit was starting to get froggy because they had stole cable for me and everything. Back then you can actually steal somebody else's cable, so literally I wasn't paying for shit, just living free, right? But at some point free shit run out. So anyway, moved up to this place, and I remember Jared had came back. He had did something that had to do with drugs. I think he spent my dope money. He did something, but I whooped his ass like I did. I slapped, and he probably could beat me up. He probably could, but just probably didn't want to put his hands on me. But I remember pushing him against like this closet door, and I just welling on him because I was so pissed that he screwed up my dope money. That was my dope money, and he smoked it up with crack. But still stayed with this person. Like, it was a very toxic and sick relationship. It was so sick. But now I turned into the abuser. Now I'm the abuser. Now I am the aggressor. I would make sure I would pick people that I can halfway do that shit with. And why? Like, why would you want to pick people you can abuse? That's sad. But there's people like that, and I was like that. I wasn't shit. That's what we gonna say about me. I wasn't shit back then. So anyway, a lot of partying, you know, just a lot of partying. My friend Pisces would come over, you know, first and the 15th military payday. In between those days we'd be hustling, but between those first and the 15th, it was just like party central. You know, Pisces would get a babysitter for her kids, and you know, we would just party. We were horrible parents. Here I am, I should be going to court. I even think I started missing like court dates, you know. After I went to rehab, I felt like I turned up even worse once I got out of rehab, you know, because I just had too much shit available to me, just given to me. So I was giving less flux. That's an L. I just didn't care. And the way they were treating me was just, you know, if you took someone's kid and you care about the person, not at no time did the donor's grandmother or the father say, hey, when you gonna get your shit together and get your kids? When you gonna do X, Y, and Z? I mean, that's something that I was telling my son, like, when you gonna get your shit together and be good for your kids? You know, what can I do to help? That kind of thing. And none of that dialogue happened because they wanted my kids for the money. And the fact, once I married the military, Jeffro, that scared them any worse because he wasn't an addict. They couldn't say he was an addict. He never touched a drug, never touched a cigarette, never did any of that shit. Therefore, they was like, oh, she's too close. So their best weapon was to keep pissing me off and doing shit. But at this time, the kids are still living with the donor's grandmother. Kids hadn't made it to the donor's grandfather just yet. And I gotta tell you, honestly, I don't even know when that all happened, so it may get a little muffled and bumped, because like I said, I was just really deep in my addiction, in and out of rehabs. Like yeah, it was just a very sick life. So then Jared I'm still with my husband, Jeffro ended up going out to he went out to Westpac, so he was going to be gone for 6 months. But I had access to our accounts, and like I said, I had an allotment, so I would just go to the bank every 1st, 15th. My money would be there. He would still be sending me money and gifts from wherever the hell he would be. He would just be sending me shit. So I was never like really out, but when you're an addict, it's never enough. The money was never enough, so I always had to I never had enough, you know? So we end up, you know, addicts is always trying to find a way to save some damn money so they can have more money for dope. So we end up moving on State Street, baby. That was the shittiest motel. It was, I was living right across from a drag queen that looked like it'd been dragged through Queens. Like, really, it was just, it was too much. Just too much. It was horrible. Yeah, it was just a motel, just nasty, but that's where I landed. And at this time, my mom, she didn't know I was using drugs until I actually went into a rehab. Then that's how she literally found out that I was doing heroin. So now my mother knows I'm living in this shitty ass place. She wants me to get my kids back. I know she kept trying, and it was hard to catch up with me. Like I said, there were no cell phones back then. So trying to get a hold of somebody, you know, would not be the easiest thing. But anyway, my mother found me, got a hold of me. She said, you're moving to LA. Pack your shit. You're moving to LA. And she took Jared with her. So packed her shit, moved to LA. She said, there's a program there that I want you to start going to. So she got me into it was an outpatient clinic that she got me into. And you know, for maybe about, because I want to say I probably stayed up there with my mom maybe 3 months, maybe 4. I'm not really sure. She probably has a better memory of that. But for that like first month and a half, wasn't getting high. You know, I didn't know where to find drugs in LA. So the only thing, I was just like smoking weed, but I was trying to get it together. I was going to these outpatient meetings and NA meetings. I think it was like maybe three or four times a week that I would go. And you know, my mom would let us use the car, and Jared had found a construction job up in LA, right on, I think it was Wilshire or somewhere. So he ended up getting a job, and I still was getting my allotment from money from Jeffro, who was out to see why I'm gallivanting with some other dude. You know, I wasn't shit. And when you think, you guys know I wasn't shit. You know, I was just wrong as all hell and get the hell out. Like, seriously, let's do this again. See this? Yes, that's what I was. I was a bitch. That was me. I was a horrible person, y'all. I was horrible. So anyway, we end up staying in LA with my mom and my stepfather and my little brother at the time. And I'm gonna put a picture of my little brother. He passed away 2004 of December 17th. He was murdered. So I'm gonna do a little tribute because that just passed for us this Monday. Beautiful boy. So I'm gonna put a picture of my little brother, and we love you, bro. Always thinking of you, and you're always in our hearts forever. So I'm gonna insert a picture of my little brother at the end of this video, and a picture of what I look like as a dope fiend. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. So anyway, I'm 19 minutes into this video. So next week when we come back, we're gonna talk about how I discovered how to find dope in LA and how long I stayed clean. Don't know what I'm gonna name this video yet, but I will have a name at the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching this and watching me, and thank you for you few people that's being loyal. And hit that like button, share, subscribe, do whatever you want. Like I said, just watch my shit. And have a good work week, and I will see you guys next week. Oh, and I'm gonna do a drug life I'm gonna do a drug life video. So after you watch this video, check out the drug life video with one of my crazy mini drug life story. You know, I'm gonna do my mini voice. I like doing that, and the reason I do that because it makes me happy for some reason after listening to this shit. Because after I do this shit, I have to play back as I'm editing. So I like doing mini afterwards because I have this, I don't know, I'm a little goofy, and it just makes, it's funny for me. It just calms the seriousness of this shit down. But anyway, you guys, don't be an asshole. Be good to someone. Think about the shit you do say and think. Try to love your neighbor. Just kidding. I don't even know why I said that shit. Anyway, peace. Sorry. Check out Drug Life. Bye. This is my little brother Jason. May he rest in peace. Love you, bro. Me at 24, look, I had abs and stretch marks. Nobody had that shit. See you guys next week for what am I going to call the video? It's going to be how to find drugs in LA. That's what my video is going to be about next week. You guys, don't be an asshole. Love you. Thanks for watching.